Hello guys, my name is Abhishek Raj. Today I am here to explain you about some basic MATLAB operations. In the first code, these are basic matrix operations. If we run this code, we can see some output. This is nothing but just basics. In this, I have created an array and added elements to the array and created some matrix and its transpose, and multiplication of matrix is performed, and direct multiplication of elements of matrices is performed, and then after selection of particular columns or rows of a matrix is done here in this code. And also I have made submatrix by selecting some columns, some rows and columns of the matrix, and after that I have used this function to remove a particular column from the matrix X. We can see the output obtained here. This is the matrix, this is the array A, and this is the modified array B, and this is the X, matrix X, and Y is the transpose of X. P is the multiplication of matrices X and Y. C is the direct multiplication of elements of matrices, and then this is the submatrix of X. And after that, I have removed the third column of the matrix X. You can see that here. Jumping on to the next question, in this I have created 4 subplots using the subplot command to plot 4 graphs, which are y equal to x square, y equal to x cube, sin x and sin x plus cos x in the combined graph. I have used the plot command to plot the graph here, and in the second one I have used the stem command to plot the graph. The stem commands create the baselines parallel to y-axis and then plots the graph. And here I have used legend command to plot the cos x and sin x combinedly on a single plot. And after that, I have created 2 variables A and B, and I have stored them and I have saved them in a file format such as ab1 file.mat and next.txt, and after that .xls format. And after that, I have saved ASC file, that means ASCII file formatted ASCII formatted file. And to view that file, I have used type command here. And after that, I have created a structure structure file named newstruct.mat. Structure is nothing but which stores different forms of data such as a string and integer type data. And after that, I have created an example.mat file with A and B variables in it. And after that, I have appended variable u to it. And after that, I have used read cell and I have used read cell, write cell and read cell commands for the cell p equal to the given And after that, I have used read matrix and write matrix command for this one. And finally, I have used audio read command to read an audio file, and the sound command plays the audio file. If we run the program, then we can see the output. You can hear the song in the background. By seeing the graphs and output values, we can say that the output is as per our requirement. And going on to the next code, and we can see that here I have created here this code is for obtaining the roots of the quadratic equation with coefficients a, b, c, which were given by the user himself. And after that, I have used the plot function to plot the curve y equal to x square minus 0.5, x minus 2, x ranging from -5 to 10. And if we run the code, then we can see it's asking the output. We enter 2, 4, 2, then this is the graph that is obtained. And after that, we jumping on to the fourth question. The fourth question is nothing but there are so many important commands in MATLAB. I have given an example for each of the command here. First of all, I have used I have named an I have named an array A, and I use the repellum command to repeat the array elements each by 3 times. I use the repmat command to repeat the array in 2 rows and 3 columns, and I have created an identity matrix with this I command, and I have created a matrix of all zeros with this zeros command. Similarly, I have created a matrix of all ones with 4 rows and 5 columns with ones command. I have used rand command to create an array of uniformly distributed random numbers from 0 to from between 0 to 1, and after that I have reshaped an array into a matrix with reshape command. And after that I have used the cat function to concatenate c1 and c2 here. Horizontal horse cat means nothing but it is the concatenation horizontally, and word cat is concatenation vertically. And after that diagonal and we can extract the diagonal elements or create diagonal matrix from a particular matrix using this diagonal command, diag command. After that I used block diagonal command to create a matrix with given elements as diagonal diagonal elements. After that I have used this flip lr command to flip a matrix from left to right, flip ud command from for flipping the matrix up and down, up to down. And after that I have used ROT 90 to turn the matrix by 90 degrees, and TRIL and TRIU commands are useful for extracting lower and upper triangular matrices. Permute is nothing but it's a command. It permutes dimensions of the array and not the element. And circular shift command is useful for shifting the array elements each by a particular length. After that length command is useful for knowing the length of an array, and size command is useful getting the size of an array. And other commands are as follows. They return the number of dimensions and number of elements. And isEmpty command is useful for knowing whether an array is empty or not. If we run this code, then we can see that every output is as explained, and isEmpty returns a logical output. If 0 it is false, and if 1 it is true. Moving on to the fifth question, then in this question I have used while and for loops, and nested for and continue and break statement. If we run this code, then by observation we can see that the while loop repeatedly executes the statement while condition is true, and the for loop needs to execute a specific number of times. That's it. And nested loop is nothing but using a loop inside a loop for particular condition. Here for loop we have used nested for loop. Here the outer for loop is for m from 1 to 4, inner for loop is from for n from 1 to 3, and also that we use continue or break statements. If we use continue, then it will skip the function at a specific value of the variable, and if we use break instead of continue, it will break the loop at that particular point. And moving on to the next question, these are all nothing but decisions. Here if statement is nothing but if it checks the condition of the statement. It checks the condition whether it is true or false. If it is true, then it executes the statement. Whether if it is false, it won't execute the statement. Else is nothing but it is checking the if statement. If the if statement is true, then it prints the statement. Whether if it is not true, it goes to else and it prints the statement in the else block. And similarly, else if is nothing but checking checking each and every statement. If the above statement